What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Aftersound here, and we bring you Splinterlands content every single day. We also stream daily on Twitch at This Is Aftersound, except the last couple of days. I had some family in town, but we do stream normally every single day, at least for the daily quest. So come by, say hello. We do giveaways every stream. We do giveaways every week here on the channel. All you got to do is leave your in-game username in the comments, and I pick up my favorite ones every week on the weekly Q&A videos. So, a little update from me. Again, I apologize. I know the video content has been a little bit slower, but as I mentioned, I had some family in town. So just taking a step back from everything. Splinterlands has been kind of dominating my life in a good way. But, just even though I want to be in the metaverse so badly, there is still the real world here. So it was nice to step away for a little bit and spend some time with the family. That being said, I did make a very big decision and wanted to update you on the fact that I have given up on the dream. I did not go for the title. I took my vouchers, of which I had about 550 or 500, yeah, about that much, and just bought. Now, this is not financial advice. This is just letting you guys know, because I know many folks have been asking what I was planning to do, and I kind of alluded to it previously. So I bought about 550 something, whatever vouchers I had, and obviously got the bonus pack. So sitting on about 644 packs right now. Not going to be anywhere near the leaderboard, but the leaderboard was never something that I was intending to go for. My focus was on trying to get the title, the Legionnaire title, which will no longer be happening for me. So the main reason for this is, well, there's two. One, and I think the main one, is that I decided to stay in my lane. I did not, like, at the end of the day, I still view this primarily as an investment. It's an investment that I enjoy playing with and can earn me a little bit extra. And obviously I'm building out some content around it here and on Twitch. So it's fun to build that kind of community around something that I love. But at the end of the day, it's still an investment. And the last thing that I wanted to do was overextend myself, especially at a time when the market is very shaky. Now, I do think Q4 will still end with a bang, or, the bull run will continue. And whatever Bitcoin decides to do will seep into SPS and crypto gaming in general. Plus, I also believe that crypto gaming is here to stay, and not that it won't be susceptible or influenced by a bear market downturn, but I think it has, and previous games such as Axie have shown some resilience overall in the way that they kind of interact or decouple from the market. So in that sense, I didn't want to go crazy overboard. That being said, I was this close. I was this close to being convinced by Dwayne Cunningham. And if you guys aren't checking out his channel, make sure to do so. I watched his video. I just want to say I watched his video, the interview with Marcus, and then the decision that he made to join that pool. I watched that video after I'd made the purchase. Otherwise, that is something that I probably would have considered, because I didn't know the details about, and you can see Card Auctions right here. They're number 2, which is awesome. So I hope they can get to the number 1 spot. And if there's any way that I can get my hands on more vouchers, then, maybe, but we're seeing the voucher price. I actually did see the voucher price dip a little bit to $15 earlier today. So yeah, this is where things are at for me. Then the second reason, obviously, is because of the dip in SPS price. Had the general market, and overall general market, I should say, but had Bitcoin and SPS not dipped during this time, my SPS obviously would have had a higher, I would have had to spend less SPS in order to acquire the vouchers, if that makes sense, right? Whereas now, to not only acquire the vouchers, but to pay for the packs. Whereas now I felt like since I paid in SPS and I had to unstake some SPS because I didn't want to put more money into the game, I had to give up more SPS. So the way that I'm looking at this is that long term, there is still a tremendous amount of value that SPS is going to have. And the last thing that I want to be doing is selling, to me, a valuable asset, SPS, when it's at a low, right? It's down almost 60% from its recent high, when it was close to $1, for an asset that is selling at a premium right now, vouchers. And again, vouchers are difficult to price because we just don't know what their utility is long term. We know now what the distribution plan for them is. And to be fair, the the team, just like they said with SPS before we knew the full details, we know that the team is stressing that vouchers are going to be important. So right now, like I said, I decided to stay in my lane, go with what I could afford to do without overextending myself, without selling or converting a bunch of SPS into vouchers and therefore packs. And, I know what the title gives, and the Legionnaire title is probably mainly the only thing that I wanted from that. The extra packs would have been nice, but it was the title that I was going for if I'd hit that 1,000. So I know what that'll give me, but at the same time, it's hard to fully price and appreciate that. And I'm hoping that there will be opportunities in the future if I continue to build my SPS by stacking and stacking and stacking and restaking what I have, right? Selling off a significant portion of it, of which I would have had to sell, I don't know, maybe 20 to 20, yeah, maybe 20 to 25% of the SPS that I have in order to make that jump. That would have been a lot for me. And I would rather, the nature of compounding is a beautiful one, right? Because the more you have, the more you get. So I would rather have a lot more SPS, knowing that SPS's utility will only continue to increase in the future. And that at some point, we will more and more decouple from the rest of the crypto market, as we've seen somewhat with Axie Infinity, right? So as, made the decision, just wanted to give you guys the update. This is not financial advice. This is not advice at all. However you guys want to go about it. If you have the opportunity to jump into a pool, I think that's a cool idea. I will say, and this is not against anybody who's specifically running a pool. So I know I mentioned card auctions, but there's a bunch of Mavs that are running pools, not just for the pre-sale, but for the general sale. There is risk, okay? So I just want everybody to make sure you guys are doing your research. You know exactly who you're sending your money to, right? Because my fear is that there will be some shady actors. Most of the ones that I've seen are from reputable people who have been around this community for a while, that have a reputation that they want to maintain, and they're not going to disappear into the night with your hard-earned cash or your hard-earned SPS or vouchers or whatever the case is. And, the one thing that I did learn from the one with card auctions is that I believe, and someone can correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that land, the land that belongs to Marcus and Card Auctions, is being held as collateral by Yabamat, I think was Dave and Yabamat. So there's something there that could provide some potential protection for you guys. But if you're looking beyond that, and when I say beyond that, I guess primarily at some of the general sale pools that are popping up, just be careful, guys. That's all I'm saying. It's so easy to FOMO into this stuff, and you hear about all the benefits and things like that. So I want to believe in the best of this community, and I do believe in the best of this community because I've seen nothing but amazing individuals, or a majority of amazing individuals that have come through and have really welcomed me, and I've seen welcome the rest of the community and really just built something special here. But as I'm not running a pool, so if anybody's trying to, I don't think my channel's even at a point yet, but if anybody's trying to say, hey, get into Aftersound's pool, I'm letting you know officially that I'm not running a pool as of right now. So just beware of scammers, because at the end of the day, this is crypto. So I care for you guys. I want you to make sure that nobody gets wrecked or nobody gets screwed or has a bad experience with this game, because the last thing that I want is for people to leave this game because they had a bad experience and not able to see the long-term potential of this, right? Like, you can still have a bad experience with something and use that as a learning experience, but if you have a bad experience with something and it absolutely wrecks you and you just turn away from it, that sucks. So hopefully you guys don't fall into that. Again, I'm not endorsing any of these specific ones. I'm just saying that I watched the video with Dwayne Cunningham and Marcus from Card Auction, so I highly recommend checking that one out, because had I not bought my vouchers, or had I not bought my packs at that point, I would have considered maybe not putting all of my eggs in that basket, but I would have considered putting some, just to be part of the movement. I think that there's some amazing stuff that's happening in the community, and this community is one of the ones that can really galvanize itself, and there's really, really great leadership all around. So that's all I have for you guys in this video. Wanted to give you an update of where things are at for me. I do plan on buying more in the second pre-sale, sorry, not second pre-sale, but the second phase of this. So once the general sale begins, and we will go from there. So that's all I have for you guys. Best of luck trying to grab your last minute vouchers or sell your last minute vouchers for some cards. And hope you guys get some awesome stuff in your daily quest chests. I will catch you all in the next video, and I will see you around the game.